Neymar. Where do I even start?
Neymar. Facilidade do Neymar.
Outro grande sonho que eu tô vivendo.
Probably the biggest what if in the history of football. For me, for the longest time, one of my favorite players to watch, to idolize, to mimic on the pitch, to repping his jersey, to dance like him, to make skills like him. Neymar was an icon, even a hero for many. From the smallest stage at Santos, Neymar made his name heard around the world. He made people stay up late all around the world just to see him play, and well, he made it worth your time.
Facilidade do Neymar, vai levitando o jogador do Santos. Aí o Neymar protegeu, fez o drible, que lance do Neymar!
Neymar was an inspiration. When people talk about football, you think Messi, Ronaldo, Pele, Maradona, but in this generation, people wanted to play like Neymar. They wanted to celebrate like him. They wanted to score goals with flair, assist with elegance, and celebrate like a full samba dancer. He was the young star that was meant to break through the football world and make his name from a wonder kid to potentially the greatest of all time. And just like that, he was heading through that direction. In the 2011 FIFA Club World Cup, Barcelona faced a Santos team led by a 19-year-old Neymar Jr. From there, Neymar's show in the biggest of stages against the biggest team at the time shined, and not only that, but showed Messi love afterwards, making fans dream of what could be that duo in the near future. Just a matter of 2 years later, Neymar joined the same team he had been doing a casting with, FC Barcelona. Neymar was seen as just one more Brazilian to join this amazing club, but the world didn't know what Neymar was even capable of doing in the upcoming seasons. That debut season was something of pure joy. Although he wasn't the fully developed player we know, he made his impact right away. Goal in a Clásico, hat-trick in the UCL. What was being seen at such a young age in a team that was already composed of many greats was admirable to say the least, but his upcoming 2014 season was something else. In the summer of 2014, Neymar's World Cup campaign was bittersweet. What started as a great run, leading Brazil to the World Cup semifinals in their home soil, it was all tarnished when he got knocked up. The quarterfinals versus Colombia started just as he wanted, Brazil winning with a beautiful assist to Thiago Silva. It was becoming a great match from the whole team as a whole. But then, hell came. Neymar's career was on the line, and that's when people started to worry if this wonder kid had what it takes to overcome such injury that almost left him without the ability to play the beautiful game he truly adored. And of course, he did.
Según los primeros informes, se estima que Neymar estaría de baja entre 4 a 6 semanas. Con esto, la selección brasileña pierde a quien hoy en día es considerado su mayor referente por lo que resta del campeonato mundial.
2014, for me, was the start of what Neymar could truly be. Neymar for this upcoming season wasn't that kid anymore. He was hungry to be the heir to the throne, especially after a disappointing end to his World Cup campaign on his home soil. 22 goals in the league and a joint top best with 10 in the UCL was what made Neymar so great. Being part of the historic trio in MSN, Neymar was crucial to Barcelona's success that year. Goals throughout the whole tournament, a brace versus Bayern, and a dagger goal in the final versus Juventus culminated what was the start of something new over in Camp Nou. The heir to the throne has shown up. How can this upcoming season be even better for Neymar? Well, Ballon d'Or nominations and being claimed as the third best player in the world was a peak of his powers, and being able to compete with Ronaldo and Messi head to head helped his case even stronger that he will be the next big name in the world of football. That 2015 season was interesting because they didn't have the same success in Europe as they did in 2014, but they dominated the Spanish Cups, and we saw a revolutionized Neymar that the Barcelona fandom didn't expect to see. When Messi got injured for a few months, the media and fans questioned how the trio, well now the two, in Suarez and Neymar would perform without the plug in the team in Leo Messi. Neymar, with zero shyness in him, took that responsibility and led Barcelona to not only win games, but win games in the Neymar fashion, having fun with his flares and skills. A shaved and motivated Neymar led them to Clásico victories and many goals and assists in such a small portion of the season, and one of the smoothest goals versus Villarreal.
Esa es la contra, Luis Suárez busca Neymar, es buena para el brasileño, madre mía, qué golazo, gol!
Barcelona fans' eyes shined as they saw what they probably see after Messi's retirement, the Neymar show. And that show didn't stop there, as the following season he delivered one of his, if not the, best performances of his career. In the 16-17 season, Barcelona had just lost 4-0 versus Paris Saint-Germain in the UCL round of 16, and all hope was lost because no team had ever done such a comeback in such stage before in history. But one player had another thing in mind, and that was Neymar. Being a Barcelona fan at that time, I felt hopeless. But only one thing motivated me through the next 2 weeks before the second leg, and it was something that Neymar had said. 1% chance, but 99% faith. Man oh man, that hit home for me. One of my idols in Neymar, especially after such a horrifying game where fans get sad or even depressed because there's no hope at all, but one of my idols takes to social media that fans should believe. Even though there's a very little chance of doing so, but guess what? That comment right there not only made me believe, but made a whole fan base, and that fan base showed up to that next game knowing Neymar was about to deliver one of the best performances in the history to complete that comeback. And he did just that. Winning early 3-0, then being 3-1, hope was lost yet again until Neymar, as he reminded everyone before the game, went on to score 2 goals and give off the winning assist to Sergio Roberto, marking off the greatest comeback in UCL history. Iconic. Pure iconic moment in football, and the images after the game all went to Neymar and Messi. But what many fans thought would be the change of the throne between Neymar and Messi, the opposite happened. Media highlighted Messi, not Neymar, in that amazing performance that he himself believed in, and that was bittersweet for Neymar, making him question if he truly wants to be part of the shadow of the greatest player of all time during his career. And he felt he needed to change to a new chapter. A chapter where he was the leader and not Messi. Heartbreak is not even close to what Barcelona fans felt, or even what I felt. That summer Neymar left all of us Barcelona feeling betrayed. Betrayed because we had given him his full trust and love to be the heir to the throne, and that he had broken up what was the best trio in world football. What was once my idol was then my enemy. Our enemy. Because he had just left the team that single-handedly destroyed to pursue his career as the king of his own empire in Paris. Not only did he damage Barcelona by leaving, he damaged world football as a whole. The Brazilian's arrival in Paris signaled the dawn of a new era of financial power in football. The Qatari owners of PSG demonstrated their ambition and financial muscle by shattering the previous transfer record held by Paul Pogba and Manchester United. The move sparkled a chain reaction, with other top clubs scrambling to keep up with the new financial reality. Over the next 2 years, transfer fees for top players skyrocketed, with several clubs breaking their transfer records. He had to completely change football. Forever. After that historic yet melancholic summer, that debut year in Paris was for sure something too. He was named the player of the league that year, and led PSG to another league title, but there were rumors that he had regretted leaving the Catalan Giants, because he never truly felt at home. Leaving because of the shadow of Messi, to go into the shadow of an upcoming star in Mbappe wasn't his plan at all, and made his decision seem even worse. Although it was a regretful move, he did make his impact heard in Paris, as he led them to the first UCL final in the history of the club, but lost against Bayern, and clips emerged of pure heartbreak in his eyes. But when I see him crying, not only I felt sad, but I felt anger, because we football fans know what he could have been if he had stayed in Barcelona, and those Serie eyes of this know as well. He knew he had made a mistake. He knew that he had to change football for the worse, and left Barcelona in ruins afterwards. Fast forward to now, Neymar is rumored to come back home, but yet he decided to move to Al Hilal, with Barcelona not having a single way to pursue him to come back because of the money offered the other way. Man, there goes the second heartbreak. A summer full of hope that there would be a second chance for Neymar at his beloved home of FC Barcelona, a comeback that for many would have been the perfect ending, but it was too good to be true. At 31 years old, Neymar has taken his stance to Saudi Arabia. Who would have thought that such a talent, as mentioned earlier in the video, would have been leaving Europe in the sourest of ways to a league filled with pure money, without ever having won another Champions League or even a Ballon d'Or that was destined to be lifted. Many fans didn't even want him back, but speaking for myself, man, I wanted him to come back home. I grew up watching Neymar play. I grew up watching him develop not only as a player, from being a kid to being a man, and seeing his confidence rise in every play he had in every game of every tournament. Barcelona, Paris, Brazil, you name it. I had that hope that just like Messi finished his career like a movie lifting his World Cup with Argentina, I had the hope that Neymar would come back to Barcelona and be the player he was destined to be. He had the chance to fulfill his prophecy, but it never came true, and sadly, it seems that it never will. Yes, Neymar is one of the most polarizing figures in the world of football, but man, back in the day he was the natural heir to Leo, and he inspired a whole generation to see football not just a matter of wins and losses, but as an art form. He showed the world how to have fun with the ball on your feet, with 90,000 plus people watching, cheering or booing for you because you are that good. Neymar's decisions, injuries, and poor management by his father to close off what was one of the most promising careers is heartbreaking, and leaves you wondering on what could have been. He loved Barca, Barca loved him, and he will forever be the prince who never became king.
Muy feliz nesse clube. E eu sou de Barça. Visca Catalunha e visca Barça.